Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for Workshop Wednesday. I'm Lisa Cunningham and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico. So normally I come live every Wednesday at 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time, but I am on vacation, so I have a pre-recorded video for you. So I have a bunch of announcements. First of all, always when you share my video, you're entered into a prize drawing. So this week I have another embellishment pack. It's got 2 packs of embellishments and some doilies. So share my video. When you share my video, comment that you share my video, and then I will enter you into the drawing for the prize. So you can share my video on YouTube or Facebook, but again, make sure you comment. And for today's tutorial, if you join my email list, every Friday I post my Workshop Wednesday, or I attach my Workshop Wednesday tutorial and my Fun Fold Friday. So all the links to this stuff is going to be down below. So I do have my Let's Create for September. So for September, we're using the Painted Pumpkins bundle. This is a monthly subscription, so each month you will get a creative kit that I have done all the creating for you. I include a PDF tutorial, a video tutorial, and you'll have all the packets for each project, and you'll get over $25 in Stampin' Up! Product. So we're using the Painted Pumpkin, so this is a 3D project for this month, and here's one of the cards. Usually I'll do 4 cards and 1 3D project. Here's another card, and this one with the fence. Look how cute. And then I made another one with the fence, and it opens up, and look at the pumpkins in there, and cute. So that's $45. It's all done through PayPal. You subscribe through PayPal, and then it'll just automatically renew every month. If you want to cancel, you just go back into PayPal, you cancel it, and you're done with it. So product of the month is the Glow of Harvest Designer Series paper, and I have it here to show you. Gorgeous paper. It's got like a pearl finish to it, or like a shimmer. I'm not sure that the camera is picking it up, but gorgeous for fall projects. So if you choose this with your $75 order, it's $5 for a pack. There's 12 sheets, 2 of each pattern, and I will send you a 12 project tutorial using that product of the month. And my shopping link is always below. I do have some adhesive kits that are $50. They're ready to ship. You get the fine tip glue pen, mini glue dots, Stampin' seal, mini dimensionals, regular dimensionals. You get a free glue holder for your liquid glue. You get a free adhesive eraser and a clear bag to hold it all for $50. If you total those up, it's probably way more than $50. I know there's a total, and I know it's over. So all you have to do on that one is message me. There won't be a link. You could either message me or email me and let me know that you want one, and we will work it out to go. Also, the new catalog is going to be coming out. So if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you would like a catalog, just let me know. And again, you can message me or email me, and I will get one out to you. There's a lot of fun things in there. And this goes live September 1st. So if you'd like a catalog, just let me know. All right, so let's go ahead and turn you down and get started. Okay, so let's get started with today's project. Now this project is a super small little treat box, and from one 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, you can get 3 of them. And I put inside of mine some little Hershey miniature chocolate bars. I think any other kind of mini bars would fit as well. And I'm going to use the Peaceful Garden Designer Series paper. And this Designer Series paper is on Last Chance. So I don't have a whole lot of it, but I think I use this pattern and this pattern. But I really like this one. So I wanted to use it. Mine is pretty much scraps, which this is like an excellent project for. So let's get to, oh, before I forget, we're using the Festive Cheer die or bundle, the dies and the stamp set. You could stamp all these cute little ornaments. And we're just going to use the littlest flag out of the Nested Essential dies. We're going to use Misty Moonlight cardstock and Misty Moonlight ink. So, like I said, you can get 3 of these out of 8.5 by 11. So here's the 8.5 side and 3.5. And let's see, 3.5. I'm just cutting what I have, and then because this wasn't a full sheet. So since mine wasn't a full sheet, I can just get 2 because I used the other one to make my original. So we're going to score the long side at 1.5, 2 inches, 5 inches, and 5.5. We're going to score the short side at 1/2 inch. And then at 3. 3. Okay, so now let me see if I could understand my own instructions. So with the 1.5 inch section to the left side, score at 3.5 to the first. Okay, so with the 1.5 section, this is the 1.5 section to the left, score at 3.5. This is going to make sense. At 3.5 to the first score line. So right there. And it says do it to each side. So just flip this one over, go to 3.5, and score to that first score line. And all this is doing is it's going to help you cut where we have to trim. Okay, so see that? And I think that is it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and trim. So we're going to cut these out, and I'm going to angle mine. And we're going to cut that score line, but that score line is just to help us to know where to stop when we cut all this. And so we're going to cut this one, cut this, cut this, angle, and so now we're going to cut up to that. So we're going to cut all of this off. And again, that score line was just to let us know where to stop. If you're good and you don't need to add that score line, you could just figure out where to stop. Well, then you can do that as well. I didn't cut this one very well. This one either. I'm not using my paper snips. So I got these longer bladed ones because I was cutting so long. Okay, so now we can burnish these lines. Burnish, burnish. And this section here is going to be our little box. And then we need to burnish these because these need to fold over. And I look like I did a really bad job trimming. I'm just gonna trim that. I'm probably making it worse. But okay, so this is our little box. And we're gonna glue these little tabs to this inner part of the box, I guess we could say. The inner. And we don't need a whole lot of glue because we're gonna put these little guys over it. So I'm gonna hold that for a few seconds, hold that for a few seconds. And then now we can add glue to these. And you know, you can use tear and tape if you like. And these are just gonna fold right on over. And fold right on over. And then that's basically our box. Super easy. Again, you could get 3 of them. So let me see, I have a couple more chocolate bars, but I think we need to cut our designer series paper first. And darn tickle in my throat. Okay, so for the top, we need 2 3/8 by 2 7/8. So I'm gonna go 2 7/8 by 2 3/8. And we're gonna need 1 3/8. 3/8 is 2 notches before the half. So 1 3/8 by 2 3/8 before the half. These pieces seem small. So these are the inside ones. And then for our outside, we need 2 3/8. Let's see what this is. 2 3/8. Perfect. 2 3/8 by 2 7/8. The only thing about this, let me see, is my birds are not going to be going the right direction. So let's try that again. So this is 2 7/8, right? We need 2 7/8 this direction. And then by 2 3/8, 2 3/8. So look, I'm maneuvering my paper because I want these birds. Okay, so now 2 3/8. All right. Okay, because I want those birds on the front. See, they would have been the wrong direction. All right. So hopefully I didn't mess you up. So that's just like if you have directional designer series paper. So this is our piece for the inside top. And we'll glue that one in. This is our inside bottom. Right here. And then we got our chocolates in there, but let's add this piece. Look, you could use any of these patterns though. They're all so pretty. I'm gonna put this so that now our birds are the right direction. Okay, and let's get our ribbon and tie our box closed. So these are really easy to make. I have my tape still on mine. And we're just gonna tie a bow at the top. It kind of doesn't matter where you put your bow, but it'll eventually be moved to the top. What did I do? You know what? You guys know me. I got glue on my fingers. Okay, and then I needed my tweezers to hold that in place because I don't know what I did, but my bow was not happening. Tighten this, and where's my ribbon scissors? We will snip. And then, like I said, our bow, we can move it to the top. And there is our bow. I'm going to fix this bow once we're done, but actually that's pretty good. Or I need to fix that. But there's our bow. So now let's get to some stamping. And we are going to stamp all of our ornaments in Misty Moonlight. So this one is like the filler. So the filler, well, it depends how you want to do it. Okay, this is like the outline, so the lines. This is the filler. So all the fillers I'm going to stamp off first and then stamp it. Okay, so outline. And I'm sure you just seen that one fall off. Filler. I've been using these a lot. Oops, see, it's not sticking. Stamp off, and then we're gonna stamp inside. Okay, outline again, and filler, stamp off, and then stamp inside. All right, so those are our 3 ornaments. I need to go back and look. Yes, we have 3 ornaments. And let's put this away for now. And we're going to do some die cutting. There is a die for each of the ornaments. There is a couple more ornaments that I didn't use because our box is so small. I'm going to tape these because I'm not sure what's going to happen. We're going to need this little flag, like I told you, so we'll cut that. We're going to need the strings for our ornaments, so we'll cut that. Okay, and they want to do their own thing. We're going to need 3 bows. We're going to need this other ornament. And I was going to say, and I'm going to glue these down, but I'm not gluing, I'm taping, just because sometimes when when your dies are close together, they tend to shift. Okay, so this looks like we're good. And then we got to cut that bow 3 more times. So let's get all our ornaments out of here. Our strings, our flag, our 1 bow, and where's my little take your picky tool or whatever. Let's do another one, and we need some silver here to do our ornament tops. Okay, let's cut those. Now for the ornament tops and the strings, I think you get 5 of each when you die cut them, but we're only gonna need 3, so you'll have extras for another project. We need 1 more bow. We don't need any more of these, because like I said, you get 5 of them. Let's get these off. And cut our last bow, right? That gives us 3. Get this guy out of the way. Let's get our last bow. And let's get all of these guys over here. Here's our box. Now let me see, we got our flag, we got our strings. These, in case you were wondering what this die was, it is the strings. If I can, look, I even got some green under there. Some mossy meadow or something. I've been using these a lot. So, okay, so there's our strings. Here is our ornament. Here is our other ornament. These ornaments are so cute. Here's our other bow, another bow. We have our other ornament, and we only need 3 of those tops, so you will have 2 extras. And you know me, I put all my extra die cuts inside a clear envelope, and then it stays with the, I put it with the dies that go to the set. So like this is my dies for this set. And look, I have a clear envelope with my extras. So I already had some extra strings in here I probably could have used, and some extra ones of these, but I want to show you. But then I just keep it. So then when I go to my, this die set, I can see what I have and how I could use it. So just a little tip there for you, how I do mine. So let's get our silicone mat. Again, we only need 3 of these. So let's put, so as you'll notice, there's like a flat end to each of the ornaments. So that's your top. I mean, you could probably figure it out by the shape, right? And we're just gonna put 1 glue dot on each. Get my take your pick tool. And put these on. As long as they don't move. And then you see that there's probably, well, not probably, hold on. You could see that, okay, Lisa. So as I started to say, see that little dot in there? All you got to do is get your bone folder and you could rub it out. And then it's gone. It's just that one had it for some reason. Okay, so now we're going to turn these over and we're going to glue our strings to them. And then, now probably to make this easier, you could add adhesive strips to the back of your cardstock, or whatever you'd like, or you like to deal with the glue like me and have fun fighting it. Just kidding. I love my liquid glue. So we're going to add these with dimensionals to our box. And these strings, we're going to end up cutting them because they're going to be longer than our box. And you don't have to glue this one. It moved. So we want to center it. So you can adjust your heights to how you want your ornaments to go. Like I have this one a little lower. This one goes up higher. And since they're glued on, you don't have to glue them down to the box. Did I get out of the camera there? I put this one on crooked. Move my bow over to the center. So like so. And then my scissors. Let's get our bow out of the way. You could do your bow after, but I just did mine before so we know where to place our ornaments. And just like so, right? So now we're just gonna add a dot of glue. Again, you could do a dot of glue, or you can use a glue dot to put your bow on. I knew that was going to happen, so why did that one didn't even let it glue for a second. And last but not least, there is our bows. Let's let them dry. Now let's get our little flag, and we have this fun little fa la 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 stamp, and we're gonna stamp it right in the middle of our flag with the misty moonlight. And we are going to add a dimensional to that. And I keep thinking these are my ornaments. We're going to put it right like so. And that is our treat box, everybody. Now let's put this one back on here. So you can put some chocolates in. You know, you could probably fit a couple of the Ghirardelli chocolate squares in here as well. I hadn't thought about that. I just went to get the little chocolate bars. Because there's not, obviously, too early to find any Christmas candy. I didn't want to put Halloween candy in mine. So I just got the chocolate bars you could find all year round. It's the package that has about 8 of them, 8 or 10. It's kind of like a long package, and it's got either like 8 or 10 of the different kind of chocolate bars. So you can get the Hershey's, you could get Kit Kat, you can get whatever. I'm not sure what I did here. Why is my bow? You guys, I cannot talk and work at the same time, huh? My strings did not, and I don't even need to be doing this while I'm doing my video to keep you guys hanging around. But there's our bow. I'm gonna tighten that and then pull our little thingies. So there you go. So remember, with the piece of cardstock, I keep saying it, you can get 3 out of 1 sheet of cardstock. Now, aren't those cute little coworker gifts? Or again, you go to the doctor's office and the medical assistant. You know what I always do is I make a little treat for when I travel. You guys know I travel a lot. And I give them to the stewardesses, and you would not believe how happy they get. And I always just put like, thank you, and then I write a little note, thank you for what you do. But these would be perfect, absolutely perfect. So anyway, you guys have a great rest of your week, and be sure and join me on Friday for Fun Fold Friday. All right, take care, everybody. Bye.